All right, welcome back. Week two. So in week two, we discussed John Muir and the idea of plants and trees in nature being given intrinsic versus instrumental value. Now, the instrumental value part is typically what we see, not only in nature, but in life. Us humans, we typically like to assign everything around us instrumental value, the value that they have in our eyes based on what they can do for us. And this is a problem. Muir is saying that, hey, we cannot give things solely instrumental value. We have to recognize that they have intrinsic value. We can't just say they can do this for me, so boom, they now have value. We have to take some steps back and recognize the importance of them just being there. Being in our world gives them natural intrinsic value. Now, toward the end of class, we discussed national parks, and I gave my mini presentation specifically on the Komodo National Park. And part of the reason why we discussed national parks is because we kind of debated whether or not we have the right to interfere with them, whether or not, since we have become so accustomed to anthropocentrism, do we humans have power over these animals? And again, how many people truly lack the ability to give these things intrinsic value to the point where they feel free to interfere with them? And we typically see a lot of activity with interference, and my presentation on the Komodo National Park, we see a lot of humans, and I even have a few colleagues that do this. They typically go deer hunting. They go out into the woods and hunt deer. And I never really gave them any hassle for it. I was always like, oh, hey, have fun, do your thing, be safe. But I'm slowly now realizing that we really are interfering with nature, and we're only assigning it instrumental value based on how we can benefit from it, and not recognizing that these are their own, the animals have their own identity. They're not just something that we can exploit. So with regard to the Komodo National Park, something that I mentioned was that this excessive deer hunting all over the world is contributing to less and less Komodo dragons, and because that's their food, that's their one of their main sources of food is the deer. But with us excessively hunting them, we're seeing less numbers of them, and this is not good, really not good, especially for the Komodo National Park in Indonesia, where we may not focus on it, but we are interfering with that national park. So I hope that people can recognize this, and I hope action is taken to possibly put an end to us interfering with nature and not even really caring that much.